1944. We're joined by a man who wears many caps. He's an MP, he's the Deputy Minister in the Department of Trade and Industry, but today he's wearing his cap as the National Convener of the ANC Youth League. Mr. Mzwandile Masina, very good morning to you. Thanks for your time.
Thank you very much, Ayanda.
70 years, no joke. Happy birthday to the ANC Youth League, I should say, and congratulations on the milestone.
Thank you. I wish I had brought the cake here, but we'll have an opportunity later today where the ANC Youth League was formed at the Bantu Men's Social Club in Johannesburg, where there is now Johannesburg Metro. We'll have an occasion to celebrate this milestone. As you have said, that the organization is today 70 years old. We would want to take this opportunity to thank the founding fathers who had this vision. You will know that it started in 1942 in the ANC conference, where it was decided that we needed a vehicle for young people to express themselves in a much more militant way. And that's where the ANC Youth League was born. And 2 years later, in 1944, the ANC Youth League was formed.
You spoke of the founding fathers and the clear vision, the mission, the objective that they had at the time. Over the years, your detractors have said that perhaps the ANC Youth League is facing a crisis of relevance. What would you say to those people?
Well, the ANC Youth League will always be relevant in the politics of the African National Congress, because it's an organization that serves to renew and radicalize the African National Congress, as it were. So that will never change, because as you can tell now, we are speaking about radical economic transformation. Those views would have come from some of the preceding congresses of the ANC Youth League. So the role of the Youth League will always be important in the lives of the African National Congress.
I want to discuss your mandate going forward. I know in various provincial structures of the ANC Youth League, some resolutions that were made were not focused on young people. There were calls, for example, for young people in the Youth League to be given tenders or some of them to be given positions in the provincial structures, and very little was said about social development issues and job creation for young people, perhaps skills development centers. What is the focus and the mandate of the Youth League going forward?
Look, the focus of the organization obviously is to continuously infuse new ideas into the African National Congress, because you must remember that leaders of the ANC Youth League will always be leaders of the African National Congress. If you look at leaders like Nelson Mandela, the role that they've played not only nationally but internationally, they would have been produced by the ANC Youth League. Leaders like Malusi Kigaba, Fikile Mbalula, Peter Mugabe, and all those leaders would have played a major role in the life of the ANC, and they continue to infuse new ideas. Look how exciting the African National Congress is today with those type of leaders in the organization. But more important, I think that young people of the ANC today, they are seized with new challenges, because I think issues of unemployment, underdevelopment remains a major challenge in the country, and you need the ANC Youth League to continuously advocate for those ideas, so that the ANC can at all times in its policy congresses adopt progressive but radical ideas that will continue to keep the ANC alive.
Following the disbandment of the Youth League, there's been some progress, there's been some work that's been done. You and I were chatting briefly off air about a policy document that's been put together for the first time in a number of years, and also the cancellation of that debt that was owed by the Youth League. So it seems a lot of progress has been made, but what measures have been put in place to make sure that the Youth League doesn't find itself in a similar situation?
Look, we have put tighter measures for the incoming leadership, so that they do not abuse the organization, as it were. We came in a year ago and we have paid almost 60 million rand that was owed by the organization. And what was more exciting for us, other than that, saving the organization which was being liquidated, which would have really dented the history of the liberation in South Africa, is that we have now drafted a base document for the ANC Youth League, which precedes that of 1944. Which is a major milestone, so that the Youth League is beginning to look itself not as a liberation movement, but as a youth wing of a governing party, which is very important, because there is a very much a relationship between those things. So we think that the coming 25th National Congress will be exciting. Young people are already speaking about who should lead the organization, but I don't want to venture into that, because I still remain the head of the organization until that Congress. For now, we would want to wish all those who are going to contest a successful campaigning. But where things are now, it's very exciting in the ANC Youth League, and against all odds, many people would have thought the ANC Youth League is dead. structures out there have proven differently.
I was going to ask you, but I know you're going to shy away from that question because you've partly answered it when it comes to the race for the leadership structure in the ANC Youth League. The age factor is something that was concerning to me with Mr. Mabe, just 1 year away from the 35 and whether or not he'd be eligible. But I think let's leave it there for now, because unless you do want to go there
well,
and
I
answer
can
it, please
answer.
do.
Look, the ANC constitution says that anyone between the age of 14 and 35 can contest.
He's 35 soon, next year. Is it next year?
Yeah, but this is not next year.
So should he win, would he serve out his term or have to leave at 35?
I'm not sure whether you've looked into the age of others who are contesting. I wouldn't want to focus because I have no preferred candidate, so I don't want to appear as if I'm preferring this candidate against the other. But ordinarily, you would have leaders of the ANC Youth League who would have led it even beyond that particular age. I don't think we must focus on that. It's about the task, whether or not the particular individual understands the task at hand, including Mr. Mabe. Mr. Mzobe is also contesting. I would not know how old he is. Mr. Lamula is also contesting. I wouldn't know his age. So I think that there's a lot. Maybe if you're interested in their biology, you should invite them here to come.
Maybe we should. Very, very diplomatic answer. We'll have to leave it there. Unfortunately, we have run out of time. Congratulations again. The platinum anniversary, I believe, is what it is, for 70 years.
Yes, we're having festivities here in Johannesburg this afternoon, and then later this month we're going to have a huge rally which is going to be addressed by the President of the African National Congress.
We enjoy having you here as always. Thank you so much for your time. Mzwandile Masina in his capacity this morning as the national convener of the ANC Youth League. We leave it there for now. Quick ad break. When we continue, more from Morning.